Hi guys, I am William and welcome to the channel. Welcome to Jet-in Airways, the virtual airline that flies and sometimes doesn't. Depending on my work schedule, depending on how busy I am. Sometimes I'm here flying, sometimes I'm away for a long time. But today I am here and I am flying the beautiful PMDG 737-800. As you can see, I'm virtually in the cockpit. And I really enjoy being right inside the cockpit because it just looks so nice. It's a nice place to be. Hi everyone and welcome to Jet-in Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Now if you enjoyed the video today, feel free to give us a thumbs up, a like, or hit subscribe or make a comment. And of course you're welcome to join our Discord where we have regular meetups and group flights. So, welcome to the channel. There are other pilots that fly for Jet-in Airways around the world as well. As time allows, life happens and sometimes we all have to disappear for a while because we're so busy. But we enjoy the simulator when we have time and really when we're sort of in the mood, as it were. I am a real live 737 pilot, for those who don't know me. And if you believe that, you believe anything. I bought the shirt at a $5 bargain shop just to have a bit of fun with the channel. So I am an amateur and I'm a casual fun flyer, but I try and do things as properly as I know how. So today we're going to do a flight from Miami over to Southwest Florida in the 737. I'm going to go through all the procedures, how I set up the flight plan and everything. I don't use any other add-ons or DLCs. I set it all up from within the game. So if you're a beginner getting started with Flight Simulator or the 737-700, this could be helpful to you because I keep things very easy and very simple. Just going through a bit of paperwork here and I'm ready to get things underway. Now, this is how I do things the most simple and easiest way, utilizing what I know to have the maximum amount of fun. First thing I want to do in this beautiful plane, painted up in Jet-in Airways livery, which just looks drop dead gorgeous, is to jump inside the plane, of course, and we're going to connect the jetway up so that we can board all our customers, our passengers. So to do that we need to turn some power on, and then we need to come down to here and we need to go to FS Actions, Ground Services, and remove the wheel chocks. Now if we remove the wheel chocks, the little truck with the steps will disconnect and drive away, and once he's disconnected and driven away, we can then connect the jetway. Of course we need those steps. We come on very early to the plane, so we use the steps. So what we'll need to do now is to reconnect, reset the wheel chocks back into place, and then request the ground power. Okay, so we go outside, you'll see we have our wheel chocks in position, and we also have the ground power unit in place there as well, all connected up. But we still need to go upstairs, of course, and physically turn on the ground power. Now we've got our chocks in place, our ground power connected. We can ask them to send over the boarding thing there. Ground Services, Miami Ground, the jetway, request jetway connection. There we go.
Miami Ground Simmons E738, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Simmons E738, the jetway is going to be connected.
And there we go. That beautiful jetway is connecting up to our beautiful 737. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Okay, we are all good. So our passengers can now start boarding, and our ground crew, cabin crew, can start getting everything ready. So now that we have ground power connected and the jetway connected, we have all the time in the world to go through and do all the other things that we need to do. So the biggest job, of course, is programming the FMC and putting in our flight plan. So I'm going to show you what I did for that. Now I'm going to show you the flight plan, of course. Here it is here. Have a look at it. It is a fantastic, beautiful little flight plan. All the information you need to have a lovely, happy little flight with an ILS approach. Everything you need is on this page. So take a screenshot of it, take a photo with your phone, whatever you do. Okay, we're departing KMIA Miami, runway 27. I'll put direct in there. And we're going to KRSW Fort Myers, direct approach ILS 06. Now here are the waypoints. Now you don't need to do this in the menu of the game. We can do it in the cockpit of the 737. It only takes a couple of minutes, guys. Really, really fast. Now also write down the pen and paper the runway ILS 06, frequency 11150, and the heading is 58. Okay. And over here, jot down on the paper, we're going to depart gate F18, runway 27. So when you spawn into the game at Miami, make sure you spawn into gate F15. Just zoom right in and click on it and click departure. And that's where your plane will be spawned in, at gate F18. And the rest of it we can do, all this other stuff we can do while we're in the plane. So I'm going to slide this over to my other screen, and that's it. Now we go back to the FMC. First thing we got to do is our position in it, and we are KMIA, so let's put that in. KMIA Miami, we'll put that in there as the reference airport, and then we'll go up to the overhead, go right up to the top, and we'll put our IRS onto navigation, both of them. Okay, and it could take a while depending on your settings, how you've got the plane set up. I've got mine set up on immediately, I think. So we'll come down here, we've got the boxes ready for our GPS coordinates. So I'm going to click on that one, I'll go back and we'll click that into the box, and then we'll go to route. Okay, so we're going to depart KMIA, and we're going to Southwest Florida, which is KRSW. So we'll put that in there. Flight number is Jet-in 108. We're in the Jet-in 800. Okay, now we're going to go to departure and arrive. We're going to depart Miami, and we're going to depart runway 27. So we'll go to the next page. There's runway 27. That will do us beautifully. Go to depart and arrive. KRSW, arrive. We're going to ILS 06 is our departure. So we'll put that in there, and we'll click route. And then we have to activate and execute. Now we'll go to performance in it, and our cost index for the 737-800 for Jet-in Airways is 37. So we'll put that in there. Reserves 1, representing 1,000. Zero fuel weight, we'll double click that. Altitude, we're going to cruise at 15,000 feet. It's a very short hop, so I'll put in 150, representing 15,000 feet. I'll put that into there. It's a very short hop, so we don't want to be too high and too fast. Okay, N1 limit, takeoff, flaps at 5 degrees, setting 5. VR speeds are there. We'll click those into place just down there. And now we'll go into the legs. Now, most of our waypoints are in here for us. We're just going to add the few that were on this page. Remember at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 5 cute little waypoints, and we're done. The first one was grit, which was GRIT, Better try and spell it right, eh? Grit, 2 T's. Okay, into there, click execute. Our next one is swags, SWAGS, swags. Click that into there, execute. Next one is Butterly, BUTLY, Butterly. Let's click that into there, execute. And then it's Tropic. We can click that up to get rid of that discontinuity. Then we've got Dolphin. Next page should be our runway, and there it is. That is as hard as it gets, guys. That was probably less than 2 minutes. I don't know, maybe 2 minutes. But it's faster than using any other add-on or DLC and mucking around. That's how I do it. Simple and easy and quite fast and efficient. So if we come up here now, have a look at our multifunctional displays. We'll switch that around to plan, and we should have a beautiful flight plan all in there, complete with our ILS approach. Click through step. There's Grit, Swags, Butterly, Tropic, Dolphin, and then straight into our ILS approach. That is just a beautiful thing, guys. Now, if you want to do it a little bit differently, if you want to add some stars and SIDS and all those different complicated things, feel free to do it. But try out this flight plan and just add in your stars and your SIDS. It is a lovely little flight, and for Jet-in Airways, we do it all day and every day as part of our services. So you'd be more than welcome to fly this route for Jet-in Airways. So that is our flight plan all done. I think we will go ahead and start up our APU. So we'll get our APU started. Click the fuel pumps all on. Get the APU started. Get that underway, and then we'll start coming up to clearances here. And we'll request Jetway connection. I believe the passengers are all in and getting settled in and all loaded. We might give them a little bit more time, but we'll go back to clearance and we'll request departure straight out.
Miami ground Sim NZ738 request taxi for straight out departure with Sierra.
Sim NZ738 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 using taxiway Papa Quebec 8. Contact tower on 123.9er when ready.
Okay, so we can acknowledge that. Acknowledge.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 via taxiway Papa Quebec 8 Sim NZ738.
Passengers are just about on board now, all settling in. So this is a good thing. Our APU is running. So let's put our APU on the bus and we'll run with our APU power. Turn on our emergency lighting. And we'll turn on our APU bleed for starting our engines very soon. Now I think we can go ahead and disconnect the jetway now. Everyone seems to be in and settling in with their baggage. Ground services, jetway disconnection.
Miami ground Sim NZ738, could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
And there we go. See you later, guys. Thanks for your service. Thank you. Seems like a nice day. It might get a little bit of rain, but a little bit cloudy. Might affect our views a little bit there. So we're almost at time to push back and start our engines. So I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go to here and I'm going to disconnect ground service, disconnect the ground power now because we're running on our APU. I can remove the chocks, and I can ask for pushback. Request pushback.
Miami ground sim NZ738 requesting pushback.
Sim NZ738 pushback request accepted.
Right, we can get some of our announcements underway here.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, we request that you stow your luggage and take your seats so we can have an on-time departure. For those passengers seated in a designated exit row, you may be called upon to open that exit in the event of an emergency. Please refer to the safety briefing card or the exit row information card located in the seat back pocket to ensure you meet the exit row criteria and understand the information. After carefully reviewing this card, if you believe you could be injured, do not wish to, or cannot perform the functions listed, please notify a flight attendant. At this time, we also request that you
Miami
install
ground
your
sim
electronic devices
NZ738
until we are
requesting
above
pushback
10,000
tug to
feet.
steer the
I will
aircraft to the
notify
left.
you when it is safe to bring these items out for use. If there's any
Sim
question as to what device you can use on board today,
NZ738
please refer to the Watch Report section of your My Magazine. Thank you for your attention.
Forward boarding door has been closed. Once again, we do need all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices do need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pagers. Flight attendants, please prepare your doors for departure and cross-check.
Right, we've departed the terminal already, so I hope those doors are closed and locked, and everything is cross-checked. Stop pushback.
Miami
And
ground
we'll
sim
put on our
NZ738
brake.
requesting the end of pushback.
Sim NZ738 request to end pushback received.
Right, so we're going to go through engine startup now. I'll get my camera in the right position so I can see and hear, listen to those beautiful engines firing up. I really love that. So let's do that. And we can continue with our safety messages while I'm starting the engines.
Now we ask that you direct your attention to the forward side of each cabin to the TV monitors for a brief and important safety message about our next cab.
Welcome aboard. Please fasten your seatbelt. Insert the metal fitting into the buckle and tighten the strap. To unfasten your belt, pull up on the buckle. Turbulence may occur unexpectedly, so keep your seatbelt fastened during the flight, even when the sign is not on. Cell phones, two-way pagers, and all other electronic devices should be off and stowed. In American Way magazine is a list of non-approved devices. Remember, cell phones and two-way pagers may never be used in flight. Tray tables and footrests should be secured and your carry-on luggage placed under the seat in front of you or in a storage compartment. Please bring your seats to the upright position for takeoff. It is a federal requirement to comply with crew member instructions and instructional signs. All flights are non-smoking. Smoking is prohibited in the lavatories. It is against federal law to tamper with, disable, or destroy any smoke detectors in the airplane lavatories. Please review the safety briefing card in your seat pocket for specific emergency information about this flight. The exit doors or windows on each aircraft are clearly marked. If the aircraft lighting system fails, an escape path will be clearly illuminated by an emergency lighting system. Each cabin exit door is equipped with an evacuation slide. Some slides can also be used as rafts. Large life rafts are also on board. A sudden change in cabin pressure will automatically release an oxygen mask above your seat. Take the mask and pull it firmly towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Put the mask on and pull the elastic band over your head. Tighten the band by pulling on the tabs on both sides of the mask. Breathe normally. The plastic bag will not inflate. Put your mask on, then help others sitting next to you with their masks. Your seat cushion may also be a flotation aid. Remove the cushion and place your arms through the straps on the lower side of the cushion. On some aircraft, a life vest is located under the seat or between seats. Put the vest on over your head and wrap the strap around your waist, pulling tightly. Never inflate the vest inside the aircraft. Once outside, pull down on the two red tabs to inflate the vest. or blow into the red tubes located on each side of the vest.
Right, hello everyone and welcome aboard Flight 108 737 service to Southwest Florida today. We're expecting good weather. I've just checked the weather and it should be smooth sailing. We've got a little bit of clouds around it which might stop us from taking in some of the lovely views, but we will see a little bit, I am sure. So it should be a nice smooth flight. We're hoping to have you outside the terminal at Southwest Florida in around about 20 to 25 minutes. So please relax. I'll talk to you a little bit later on in the flight. We're just going through a few little checks and paperwork and then we'll be underway. So relax and enjoy the service today. Thank you again for flying Jet-in Airways. Right, so we're all good. I think let's just go through a few things over here. We're going to turn on our flight directors, turn on our LNAV and speed. We're going to set our cruise out speed at 250 knots. 250. And we're going to cruise at 15,000 feet today. Not far to go because, so we don't need to be up too high really. Not today. And that should be all good. We'll set our flaps 5. Set our flaps at 5. There we go, flaps at 5. Check landing lights on, taxi lights on, strobe lights on. And we have taxi clearance. Let's check we do. Go back to clearance. Let's have there, go back to clearance. Miami, I can't seem to. Maybe we got clearance for taxi already. I can't see it there. So if we have, we're all good to go. We will take off our brake. We'll go through our flight control services check down here. We'll turn that on and just go through our control services. That's right, up, down, left to right. Yep. That is all good. Okay, emergency brakes set to rejected takeoff. Let's add a little bit of power and taxi to runway 27. Parking brake off. And we can set our display to map. And we'll park at the hold short. And we'll go through our quick flow here just to double check everything is good. This will do us right here. We'll put on our park brake. Everything's looking clear. The airport is not that busy today. It looks pretty deserted, to be honest. But that is fine. Okay, let's quickly go through our flow. All fuel pumps on, landing lights on, yaw dampers on, power's on there, up here, seat belts, seatbelt signs all done and on, generators on, engines on continuous. Okay, so we're all clear for takeoff. We've gone through our flow and everything is looking good. So we are on our way to Southwest Florida. Let's get our camera in the right position out here so we can see hear these engines fire up really well. Right, let's listen to these engines firing up. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let her rip, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Wait for the call outs. Positive rate, gear up. That was a nice liftoff. Happy with that. Nice and smooth. Lovely. Right, flaps up. And we're over 1,000 feet. Can turn on our speed and our autopilot.
India 1039er, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Vertical speed we'll set at 2,000. A little bit of wind out there. We got a little bit off course as we departed. The autopilot had to get us back onto the line. Let's acknowledge our handoff.
Miami Tower, Jet and Juliet India 1039er frequency change.
Flaps up.
Miami Tower, November 8542, whiskey ready for departure, runway 27 IFR to Tulsa. November 8542, whiskey altimeter 29er.9er, wind 277 at 5. Cleared for takeoff, runway 27.
Okay, so we are climbing up to our
For takeoff, runway 27, November 8542, whiskey.
our initial speed here. And we're locked onto our course. And we are still climbing steadily up towards 10,000. We're now at our target speed, 250 knots for now. Auto brakes will set round to 3 for when we land. We check we have our radios tuned for the ILS down here. 1115 1115, that is all good, and a course of 58 and 58 on the right hand side. So we're all set for a nice ILS approach. We may do a manual landing, but we're all set for an ILS approach if we need to, if it is needed. So we're climbing steadily. We will go to our announcements now.
Once you reach a comfortable cruising altitude, ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants will be in the cabin to offer you a cocktail beverage of your choice, along with breakfast. There are 5 flight attendants on board today, primarily for your safety. If there's anything you can do to enjoy, please don't hesitate to ask.
Yep, we'll be serving a nice brunch very, very soon with a glass of wine or tea and coffee. I think I'm going to have the coffee with a nice hot toasted croissant with cheese and ham and tomato. Oh yeah, sounds good. We get fed well at Jet-in Airways, guys. There are no skinny Jet-in pilots, I tell you. None. None.
Whiskey contact, Miami departure on 125.75.
We get well fed, really well fed here. Miami Center, yep.
Miami Center, Jet and Juliet India 1039er is type Boeing 737 13 miles east of Kilo Tango November Tango 10,000 feet. Request flight following.
Right, so we're going up to 15,000 feet.
Jet and Juliet India 1039er Miami Center. Squawk 2366.
15,000 feet. It's a very, very short flight. We do not need to go...
Miami Center, Diamond November 6203 Yankee 7,000 feet.
we do not need to
Diamond
go
November
too high.
6203 Yankee Miami Center altimeter 29er.9er 2 radar contact. Continue to BHHIA. 9er 2.
Bit cloudy. I don't know if that's going to... Well, it will. It will hinder the nice views that I was hoping to get today, but never mind.
Jet and Juliet India 1039er acknowledge last transmission.
Jet-in acknowledges last radio
Roger, Jet and
transmission.
Juliet India 1039er.
I'll just do a really smooth, slow climb out here. Very smooth and slow, and I think I can get the team underway with
Miami
the
Center, Cessna Zulu uniform,
refreshments.
Alpha Charlie Bravo, 4,800 feet.
Right, so I've got my captain's shirt back on. I had to take it off for swap shirts for a little while there. It needed a good iron. So Karen, one of the hostesses, luckily had her iron on board in her handbag, and she gave my shirt an iron, a good press, and gave it back to me and says I can't go on YouTube like that with a shirt with all those wrinkles in it. So she gave it a good press. Nothing wrong with a good press every so often, right? Okay, so we have done the refreshments. That is all done and dusted, and we're doing a very slow descent now. You can see here we're going to come down to 6,000 feet at Swags, and then we're going to cruise around to the left and head out towards the coast. It is a very gentle, slow descent. So as we get out over the coast, we'll descend a little bit more aggressively, get down to 2,500 feet, ready to intercept the ILS. So we've got our turnaround to the left now. Our clouds are blocking our view a little bit today, but that is fine. We'll get some nice views as we go out over the coast. And we have our ILS all programmed into the radio there, which is 11150 on both sides, and our heading is at 58. We might do a manual landing today. We'll just see how we're going. But we're all set up for the ILS approach if we need to.
Post-spin. Also, if you're using any type of electronic device, if you would please turn it off until we are approached the gate.
As soon as we've done that turn to the right, we should get our diamonds up on the screen for our ILS. So we're on our right hand turn now. We've got our flaps coming down. Right, gear down. Gear down and locked. And we've got our diamonds there. That is a good thing. We're at 150 knots. Still got a little slight turn to the right there. And then we'll be on our finals. Check landing lights on, taxi lights on. Flaps down. Gear down and locked. Bring our speed down a little bit more. And we got our diamonds. Got our diamonds there, and we are on finals.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we request that you store your electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. We also ask that you extinguish all smoking materials. In final preparation for landing, please make sure your seat backs are straight out. Please take tables and tray and any carry-on luggage you may have brought on board with you is underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to do their final compliance check and pick up any remaining cups and glasses.
Okay, so we are locked onto the ILS. Just drop our speed down a little bit here. Doesn't that look beautiful? That's a lovely sight, isn't it? Just lovely. Right, we shall get ready to turn off the autopilot. Hundred and 44 knots.
300.
Okay, all it pilot off. I have the plane.
200.
We're off course a little bit. Must be a bit of a crosswind here or something.
30.
It's not good.
20. 10.
Whoops, not too good. Come on. Down we come. That's it, that's it. Nose down, nose down. Wow, that was a little bit exciting, wasn't it? That was a bit of an exciting landing. The wind, the breeze, well, that's what I'm blaming anyway, sort of took us off to the right of the runway, so we had to sort of maneuver back towards the middle. But we made it okay, and I forgot to start the replay button because I was too excited. Concentrating too hard on the landing, like I should have been, of course. Right, so let's head up to the gate for parking.
It's going to take the captain just a few moments to taxi to the gate, so we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft. That will be your only indication that it's safe to get up and move about the cabin. We also ask that you keep the aisles clear of any carry-on baggage. This is the termination of our flight this morning, so we ask that you check seat back pockets, closets, and overhead bins for any articles you may have with you. Extra care should be taken when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of your entire flight crew, it's been our pleasure serving you this morning. Have a pleasant stay.
Have a pleasant stay in Southwest Florida. The landing was a little bit exciting, folks, but it was okay. We got down. We got down okay. Try and do better next time. That's what I will do. We'll bring those flaps up. So we'll just poke our nose in here and then we will be done. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that flight, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a like, make a cheeky little comment, or even give us a subscription if you like this kind of thing. We're just casual fun flyers. You're welcome to fly for Jet-in Airways and fly the routes and the services that I run on the channel. So go back and look. There's quite a few videos here for you. And enjoy your flight simulator the way you enjoy it. And I'll see you on the next video. Have fun flying, guys. Over and out. Cheers.